Hey, Peyton, how you doing?
Hi, good, thanks. How are you?
I'm all right. You know what I love, Peyton Royce of NXT in the WWE? I love it when I can speak to a WWE superstar who's an Aussie.
It is so good to hear an Australian accent. It's so refreshing.
Actually, it's not kind of unusual now, though. There must be at least 6 or 7 Aussies running around the WWE at the moment, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, but it's not the same. It's you have a really thick accent. It's not the same.
Peyton, a lot of wrestling fans here in Australia would remember you as KC Cassidy, but of course now you're a big star.
Oh,
You're a big star in the WWE, and we're so excited to see you here. But I want to go back in time because originally a Sydney girl, but you lived in Melbourne for a couple of years, honing your skills in the squared circle, didn't you?
yeah. I wrestled in Melbourne it was probably around, I want to say it was like 3 years. I wrestled for Melbourne City Wrestling, and and I just sort of used that to gain as much experience as I could and train as much as possible so that I could prepare myself for where I am now.
You know, when we watch you in the ring, I can see that there's a few little dancing skills there. And I know from my vast research that you actually did ballet for quite a few years, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I studied all types of dancing, but ballet was my best. For some reason, ballet just suited my body and I was good at it.
So how does a petite little ballerina end up wrestling in the WWE?
It's quite the contrast, huh? I don't know. I danced for 16 years and then wrestling stole my heart and I just made the transition. And it was actually quite easy for me. Dancing instilled discipline and it just taught me a lot that really transitioned over well for wrestling. So I'm so glad that I have that background.
Now, I'm going to hit you right between the eyes with something here that you will be wondering, how on earth does he know that? But I do. I want to take you from Mr. McMahon to Mr. McKeough, your English teacher from school, and the note that you carry around with you. Tell us about that.
Mr. McHugh. He was my favourite teacher throughout high school, Mr. McHugh. Oh my God, that makes me so happy. And he didn't believe me when I told him that I wanted to be a wrestler because he was trying to help me do my ATAR exam at the end of year 12, and I told him I didn't need to get an ATAR because I wasn't going to go to university because I was going to be a WWE wrestler. And took him quite some time to believe me, but he did, and he was nothing but supportive.
Absolutely, and I know that you carry a note around from him that basically says, may your life be more of a dance than a wrestle. Best of luck, Mr. McHugh. And you certainly showed him, didn't you?
Yeah, I sure did.
Hey, let me talk a little bit about the tour because you are going to be here in early December in Melbourne, Newcastle, Gold Coast, Sydney, Canberra and Perth. Can you explain for us, for people who are listening that don't understand what NXT is, can you just give us a brief on what that is? Because we know what Raw and SmackDown are, but tell us about NXT.
Yeah, so NXT used to be WWE's developmental brand, but I would say now it's evolved into the WWE's third brand. So we've been traveling across the United States for 2 years now. We've even started dipping into the rest of the world too, which is really exciting. We have athletes from all different walks of life, these just world-class athletes, and we've all come together. We're creating this brand together, and it's hot at the moment.
It absolutely is. And it's a little bit sad for us here because it's not on Foxtel anymore. But, of course, we can still watch it.
Heard.
Yeah, I know. It is on the WWE network, which I encourage all wrestling fans to subscribe to because you get to see so many great WWE things. One of the exciting things I find about WWE now, particularly on the women's side of things, is that it is now called the Women's Championship, not the Divas. And I think that is so progressive and so forward-thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been something that us women have been working towards for quite a while, so it's a really big achievement and we're all super excited about it.
Are you looking forward to wrestling as a WWE superstar in your home country?
Yeah, I can't wait. It's a dream come true. For years and years I went to the WWE live events in Sydney and I dreamt of the day that I would be able to walk out of the curtains and into the ring and I would be able to perform in front of my family and friends. So I'm so excited that I actually get to do that.
It's Craig Huggins here. My special guest is Peyton Royce of the WWE's NXT, who will be here in Australia in Melbourne, Newcastle, the Gold Coast, Sydney, Canberra and Perth in early December. You can go to tegdainty.com.au if you want to go see them live. Who are some of the other superstars coming with you?
Billie Kay, my best friend, will be with me. NXT champion Shinsuke Nakamura, our women's champion Asuka will be there. Ty Dillinger. There's there's going to be so many of our NXT superstars there, and we all can't wait to just show the world what NXT is about.
And I'm imagining that you are going to hear the fans go nuts for you, Peyton. There will be signs everywhere. I can't imagine how many Aussie flags are going to be there when you go into the
Yeah,
screens.
I can't wait.
It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us and telling us a little bit about your history and your former English teacher.
Thank you so much for having me.